Hey, everybody, Colin Wilson with the Big Bets on Campus here to talk about the 5 worst home field advantages in college football. So, the worst home field advantage in college football, we're going to start in the MAC with Akron, only assigned plus 0.7 points when they are at home. Infocision Stadium seats about 30,000. They report that they have an average attendance of about 7,000, but that is certainly not the number that we see on the screen when we have Maction Tuesdays going on in November. Now, Akron has only covered 31% of games at home over the last decade. Even current coach Joe Moorhead cannot get over this hump. As a home favorite in his last 2 years, he has failed to cover a game. Second worst home field advantage in college football? Is it going down to Skelly Field at Chapman Stadium in Tulsa? Listen, Chapman Field was built in 1930. It has average capacity of about 30,000. The attendance is just shy of 20,000. But the real problem here might be the mascots for the Golden Hurricane. They've had so many of them over the years. It's just been a crazy amount of turnover. They had first had Herc. He was an angry-faced golden hurricane, fuzzy bear. Then they went to Huffy, who was actually voted out by the students before they went and got Captain Kane. Now, Captain Kane was great. He looked like an Avenger. He had a great suit. Well, Tulsa recently kicked him out and got a new mascot called Gus T starting last year. He was the freshman on the sidelines in the mascot uniform. He'll be a sophomore. We'll see if they can turn it around. Now, the University of Tulsa recently started selling beer at Chapman Stadium, something this fan base desperately needs. Tulsa's only covered 23% of games at home since 2021. Third worst home field advantage in college football is New Mexico. Plus 0.9 is assigned to them when they play at home. And University Stadium was built in 1960 with a capacity of 39,000, but sadly, the Lobos fans are just filling that about 40%. The Lobos are also about sub 35% in covering rate at home over the last decade. That's kind of shocking considering the elevation here is 5,100 feet. Now, Bronco Mendenhall is the new coach here for New Mexico, and that is a positive, and he should be able to put some butts in seats, help increase this home field advantage, which is the third worst in all of college football. Fourth worst on the list is an SEC team, and that would be Vanderbilt. Plus 0.9 points assigned to them when they play at home. This is the smallest stadium in the SEC. First Bank Stadium has been under massive renovations over the last couple of years. The South End Zone is still being worked on with a completion date scheduled for 2025 for luxury boxes, wet bars, private lounges. All the fans need this because of the product of what's been on the field. Clark Lee has only covered 4 of the 15 home games he has coached in since he arrived in 2021. It's tough sledding here for the Commodores. We'll see if the stadium renovations can help them out. The fifth worst home field advantage in college football comes from DeKalb, Illinois. Northern Illinois gets plus 1.1 points assigned to them whenever they host. They just have a 29% cover rate for the Huskies at home since 2021. Husky Stadium in DeKalb can provide some of the most brutal November weather for a maximum crowd capacity of 24,000, but that's not what their average attendance is. The Huskies' average attendance is more like 10,000. They rank in the bottom 15 of all FBS. Minimal amount of points here assigned to the Huskies when they host teams. That'll do it for Colin Wilson with the Action Network. Those are your 5 worst home field advantage teams in college football. Good luck.